Did you know that a single pill developed for heart problems ended up transforming millions of lives in the bedroom and beyond? More than 30 million men in the United States alone suffer from erectile dysfunction. But what if I told you that the same medication used to treat this condition is also being studied to improve athletic performance, help with prostate problems, and even treat certain heart and lung conditions? And here's the kicker. At the 70% mark of this video, I'll reveal a surprising benefit of Tadalafil that even many doctors don't talk about. One that could change the way you view this medication forever. But first, we need to go beyond the blue pill hype. What exactly is Tadalafil? How does it really work in your body? Is it just about erections, or could it be a tool for long-term health and vitality? In this video, we'll break it all down, from its chemical mechanism to common mistakes people make when taking it, and even the truth behind the myths that flood the internet. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use Tadalafil safely, effectively, and with confidence. Tadalafil is a medication that belongs to a class of drugs known as PDE5 inhibitors, the same class as sildenafil, the active ingredient in Viagra. But don't let that comparison fool you. Tadalafil has some distinct features that set it apart. Originally developed for heart-related conditions, researchers noticed something unexpected during clinical trials. Male participants were reporting improved erections. This led to a pivot in its use and eventually to the development of Cialis, the brand name for Tadalafil. But Cialis isn't just a bedroom pill. It's now prescribed for several conditions, including benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and pulmonary arterial hypertension. So, what makes Tadalafil so unique? Its long half-life, about 17.5 hours. That means it stays in your system much longer than sildenafil, giving it the nickname the weekend pill. One dose can remain effective for up to 36 hours. That's a game changer for spontaneity and flexibility. But there's more. Tadalafil isn't just for men. It's being researched for potential benefits in women too, especially in conditions involving circulation and vascular health. Now here's a quick quiz to keep your brain engaged. What do you think happens to your blood vessels when Tadalafil kicks in? We'll answer that in the next chapter, and it's the key to understanding not just how the drug works, but why it can be so effective in multiple conditions. Stick around, because next we'll uncover the other uses of Tadalafil that go far beyond the bedroom. Most people know Tadalafil as a treatment for erectile dysfunction, but its benefits extend far beyond that. Benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. Men with BPH often experience difficulty urinating, frequent night trips to the bathroom, or a weak urine stream. Tadalafil relaxes the smooth muscles in the bladder and prostate, improving urine flow. This means one pill can improve both urinary symptoms and sexual performance, a double benefit that makes it unique. Pulmonary arterial hypertension, PAH. This is a serious condition where blood pressure is abnormally high in the arteries of the lungs. By relaxing blood vessels, Tadalafil reduces the workload on the heart, helping patients breathe more easily and improving exercise tolerance. Daily use for cardiovascular health, research stage. Emerging studies suggest that Tadalafil may improve blood vessel function, reduce inflammation, and enhance circulation, not just in the genitals, but throughout the entire body. Some scientists are even investigating whether it could play a role in long-term cardiovascular health. And here's a surprising fact. Some athletes and biohackers experiment with PDE5 inhibitors to boost oxygen delivery and endurance. While this isn't an approved use, it shows just how far-reaching the effects of Tadalafil on blood circulation might be. Now here's the cliffhanger. If Tadalafil helps the bladder, the lungs, and even the heart, how does one single pill affect so many different systems in the body? In the next chapter, we'll dive into the fascinating science, explaining exactly how Tadalafil works inside your body. To understand Tadalafil, you need to understand a simple chemical messenger in your body, nitric oxide, NO. Here's what happens during sexual arousal. Your nerves release nitric oxide, which tells the blood vessels in the penis to relax and expand. This allows more blood to flow in, creating and sustaining an erection. But there's a problem. Your body produces an enzyme called phosphodiesterase type 5, PDE5. This enzyme works like a brake system. breaking down the chemical signals that keep blood vessels relaxed. The result? The erection weakens. This is where Tadalafil comes in. It blocks PDE5, removing the brakes. That means the natural signals from nitric oxide last longer and act stronger, keeping blood vessels open and blood flowing. The same mechanism explains why it can also help in the prostate, bladder, and lungs. More relaxed blood vessels, better circulation, improved function. But here's the catch. Tadalafil doesn't create desire. It won't trigger an erection on its own. Sexual stimulation is still required for it to work. That's a critical distinction that many people misunderstand. Another fascinating point, Tadalafil's long half-life means that this brake-blocking effect stays active for up to 36 hours. This not only gives more flexibility, but also allows for lower daily dosing in some patients with chronic conditions. Now, here's the intriguing part. If Tadalafil improves blood vessel function so effectively, could it potentially protect against serious diseases like heart attacks or strokes? Researchers are studying exactly that, and we'll explore some of those findings later in this video. But first, let's answer a question many people have. How long does it take for Tadalafil to actually work, and how long does the effect last? One of the biggest misconceptions about Tadalafil is timing. People often expect an immediate effect, like flipping a switch, but that's not how it works. Onset of action. For most people, Tadalafil starts working within 30 to 60 minutes after taking it. However, food can slightly delay absorption, especially heavy or fatty meals. Peak effect. The maximum concentration in the blood is usually reached in about 2 hours. That's when its effectiveness is strongest. Duration. Here's where Tadalafil truly shines. Unlike sildenafil, Viagra, which lasts about 4 to 6 hours, Tadalafil's effect can last up to 36 hours. That's why it earned the nickname the weekend pill. But remember, this doesn't mean you'll have a continuous erection for 36 hours. What it means is that your body remains more ready to respond to sexual stimulation throughout that period. Daily dosing option. Some men prefer a low daily dose, 2.55 mg, instead of a single larger dose when needed. This allows for more spontaneity and also helps with urinary symptoms related to BPH. Break the pattern for a moment. Did you know that some people mistakenly take another pill when they don't feel immediate results, thinking the first one didn't work? That can lead to dangerous overdosing. Patience is key. Tadalafil needs time to kick in. Now here's the cliffhanger. While the benefits can last a long time, the side effects can too, and some of them may surprise you. In the next chapter, we'll cover the most common side effects of Tadalafil and when you should be concerned. Every medication has side effects, and Tadalafil is no exception. The good news is that most are mild and temporary, but there are also warning signs you should never ignore. Most common side effects, usually mild, headache, due to the widening of blood vessels in the brain, flushing, a warm red sensation on the face or neck, indigestion or acid reflux, because smooth muscles in the stomach also relax, nasal congestion, from dilated blood vessels in the nose, back pain or muscle aches, unique to Tadalafil, usually appearing 12 to 24 hours after use. These typically resolve within 48 hours. Staying hydrated and using the correct dosage reduces the risk. When to worry, seek medical help immediately. Chest pain or shortness of breath could signal a dangerous interaction, especially if you are also taking nitrates for heart conditions. Sudden vision loss or hearing loss, very rare but possible due to reduced blood flow to the optic or auditory nerve. Priapism, an erection lasting more than 4 hours. This is a medical emergency, as it can cause permanent damage. Here's a quick tip. If you're using Tadalafil and start experiencing severe dizziness, fainting, or blurred vision, it's not just a normal side effect. It could be your body signaling a serious cardiovascular problem. Now, here's the cliffhanger. Side effects are one thing, but for some people, Tadalafil can be downright dangerous even before the first pill is swallowed. In the next chapter, we'll talk about who should never take Tadalafil and why. While Tadalafil is safe for most healthy adults, there are certain groups of people who should absolutely avoid it, or at least use it only under strict medical supervision. 1. People taking nitrates. If you use medications like nitroglycerin for chest pain, combining them with Tadalafil can cause a dangerous drop in blood pressure, so severe that it may lead to fainting, stroke, or even death. This is the most critical contraindication. 2. People with severe heart conditions. If you've had a recent heart attack, stroke, uncontrolled arrhythmia, or severe low blood pressure, Tadalafil can put extra strain on your cardiovascular system. 3. People with severe liver or kidney disease. Because the drug is metabolized in the liver and excreted by the kidneys, impaired organ function can cause the drug to accumulate in the body, leading to toxic effects. 4. People with rare eye conditions. Those with degenerative eye diseases, such as retinitis pigmentosa, should avoid Tadalafil, as PDE5 inhibitors may worsen vision problems. 5. Certain drug interactions. Medications like alpha blockers, used for blood pressure or prostate issues, can dangerously amplify Tadalafil's effects on blood vessels. Antifungal or HIV medications can also interfere with how your body processes Tadalafil, increasing the risk of overdose. Pattern break. Here's a real-life mistake people make, thinking that because Tadalafil is sold online, it's safe for everyone. The truth is, without a medical evaluation, you might be taking a pill that quietly increases your risk of heart failure. Now, here's the cliffhanger. For those who can take it, there are actually 2 very different ways to use Tadalafil, and choosing the right one can completely change the experience. In the next chapter, we'll compare Tadalafil for daily use versus on-demand use. One of the unique things about Tadalafil is its flexibility. Unlike other erectile dysfunction medications, you can choose between 2 main strategies: on-demand or daily use. On-demand, as needed. Typical dose, 10 to 20 milligrams taken at least 30 minutes before sexual activity. Best for men who don't need medication every day but want reliable performance when the time is right. Provides up to 36 hours of effectiveness, earning it the nickname the weekend pill. Daily use. Typical dose, 2.55 milligrams once daily, at the same time each day, creates a steady level of the drug in the bloodstream, meaning you don't need to plan ahead for intimacy. Especially beneficial for men with both erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, since it also improves urinary symptoms. Some men report improved sexual confidence because they don't feel tied to timing the pill, which is better. If you value spontaneity and don't need it every day, on-demand may be ideal. If you prefer consistency, have urinary issues, or dislike planning, daily use might be the best option. But here's a key insight. Taking more isn't always better. Doubling your dose won't double your performance. It only increases the chance of side effects. The strategy should be tailored to your lifestyle and health needs, not trial and error. Quick pause. Imagine having the choice of driving a car only when needed versus owning it for everyday use. That's the difference between on-demand and daily Tadalafil. Now, here's the cliffhanger. We've covered the science, the uses, the risks, and even the dosing strategies. But what about all the rumors and myths surrounding Tadalafil? Some are harmless, but others can put your health at risk. In the final chapter, we'll bust the biggest myths and misconceptions about Tadalafil. Whenever a medication becomes famous, myths quickly follow, and Tadalafil is no exception. Let's separate fact from fiction. Myth 1. Tadalafil increases sexual desire. Truth, Tadalafil doesn't boost libido. It only improves blood flow. Desire comes from the brain and emotions, not from the pill. Myth 2. It works instantly, like magic. Truth, Tadalafil needs 30-60 minutes to start working, and sexual stimulation is required. It's not an on-off switch. Myth 3. The stronger the dose, the better the effect. Truth, higher doses only increase side effects. The right dose depends on your body and health condition, not more power. Myth 4, only older men use it. Truth, erectile dysfunction and urinary problems can affect younger men too. Stress, diabetes, hypertension, and lifestyle habits are major contributors, even for those under 40. Myth 5, it's dangerous for all heart patients. Truth, the danger comes when mixing Tadalafil with nitrates or in unstable cardiac conditions. For many stable patients under medical supervision, it can be safe. Myth 6, you can buy it online without risk. Truth, fake or contaminated pills are a real danger in the online market. Counterfeit drugs often contain incorrect doses or even toxic substances. Quick story break. There was a case reported in the US where counterfeit Cialis pills were found to contain drywall powder as filler. Imagine swallowing that, thinking it's medicine. Final truth, when prescribed correctly and used responsibly, Tadalafil is more than just a sex pill. It's a well-studied, versatile medication with benefits that that reach far beyond the bedroom. Now remember the open loop from the beginning? I promised to reveal a surprising benefit of Tadalafil that few people know about. Here it is. Studies suggest that long-term Tadalafil use may improve endothelial function, the health of the lining of your blood vessels. That means it could potentially play a role in preventing cardiovascular disease, one of the leading killers worldwide. While more research is needed, this discovery could change the way we think about PDE5 inhibitors in the future. So, Tadalafil may not just help your love life, it could one day help save lives. I've just taken a deep dive into Tadalafil, a pill that many know only as Cialis, but which is far more versatile than most people realize. We learned what Tadalafil is and how it was discovered. We explored its uses beyond erectile dysfunction, helping with prostate problems, pulmonary hypertension, and even potential cardiovascular benefits. We explained how it works in the body, how long it lasts, and the key differences between daily and on-demand use. We discussed side effects, who should avoid it, and the most common myths that often mislead people. So, what are the practical takeaways? Talk to your doctor before starting Tadalafil. It's powerful and effective, but only safe when used correctly. Choose the right strategy for you. Daily use versus on-demand. Lifestyle and health goals should guide the decision. Never self-medicate. Avoid online cheap pills that may be counterfeit. Remember the big picture. Tadalafil doesn't create desire. It only helps the body respond better to natural signals. Here's the bottom line. Tadalafil is not just about improving intimacy. It's about restoring confidence, quality of life, and possibly even long-term vascular health. And if you've made it this far, I have a question for you. Have you, or someone you know, ever had an experience with Tadalafil, positive or negative? Share it in the comments. Your story might help someone else. Before you go, don't forget, like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe for more science-based health content. Share this with someone who might benefit from learning the truth about Tadalafil.